Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks to be here. So I will speak about a product that we are working on. So what is DigiAgriApp? DigiAgriApp is a client-server solution to monitor your field. We have a database that is a Postgres and PostGIS, and some images, sorry, in the translation from HTML to PDF was broken, I didn't check. And we have a server, it's a Django application that provide a REST API and the classical Django admin interfaces. And we have several clients. The main two are one multi-platform application developed in Flutter, so it can run on Android, iOS, macOS, Windows, and Linux. And a plugin for QGIS. QGIS is an open source software for geographical information system, and we develop a plugin to manage all the geographical part of a field. And after, as I said before, there is the classical Django admin panel to manage all the table on the database. The database could be connected from the API, but also with directly from machine. Right now we have a direct connection with some sorting machine to evaluate the apple, and with the satellite and weather station. We provide some HTTP connection, or we have also MQTT for weather station. So we have a network of LoRaWAN devices that send the data to the Team Stack, and the Team Stack sends us the data through MQTT server. This is a simplified image of the database. We have the farm, is the central point where we can connect user and all the geographical part of a field. So we have a field, we have a subfield that is a part of a field, we have rows, and we can arrive to the singular plant. This feature is quite unique in in the similar application for what I saw until now. Most of the commercial application, they arrive to the field or sometimes a part of the field, but no one that I check until now is able to collect information from the singular plant. All this information on green are connected to the all four elements, so we can add material or crop, we can set operation, observation, measurement, treatment, and so on. And this capability is quite useful for our scope, because sometimes we collect information at the field scale, but in most of the case we collect information at the plant level. So, since we are at the open source software conference, I will show you a little bit the infrastructure behind the DigiAgriApp. It's mainly based on open source solution. The source code is in GitLab. Okay, I'm using the provided version of GitLab, but GitLab is open source itself, so if something happened to the company, I can take my project and install GitLab on my server and continue to use it without any problem. Inside the GitLab source code, we have the source code itself. We use issue and merge request from other people, not many, so now it's mainly a project inside our company, but we are trying to improve the user and especially the contributor. We have an automated test for the server side. This is really useful because it starts to be quite a lot of code, and every time you make some changes, you are sure that the results are still consistent as before. We have a website, documentation, and presentation that are running with the GitLab pages. For the translation, so all the software are translating some languages until now, at least 5. And we use a software called the Weblate. And with the instance provided by OSGeo. OSGeo is the open source geographical foundation that is managing most of the GIS software in the open source galaxy. For the distribution for Android, we use F-Droid. You cannot find it on the Play Store, but only in F-Droid. And you can download the F-Droid application, or you can just download the APK from the F-Droid website. And for the other operating system, we use GitLab release. So on the last GitLab release, you can find the Windows, macOS, and the Linux version. We are not yet on iOS because it's not our target right now, and also because to apply to iOS and to make some changes on the source code, we need to pay an amount of money to some company because we are not an iOS expert, and we have no interest to do that. So if some people come to us and say, oh, we would like to have a DigiAgriApp on iOS, we can ask you to give us some money to make this possible. And a few days ago, I registered DigiAgriApp on the Mastodon, so you can find the Mastodon account. And now I will show you a little bit some test case. This was our first test case. When we start the application for other reason, and sometime a colleague arrive and say, oh, we have an old system that we cannot use anymore to managing our experiment. I'm looking for something. And they say, oh, we have the app that is doing everything for you, or mostly everything for you. And 2 years ago, they start to use it. We have 5 farms with about 13 hectares mapped. Of these 13 hectares, like 8 was completely mapped with the plants. So all the dots that you can see here and here is completely black because they are all plants. It's an apple tree. And we have 20 fields and about 21,000 plants, singular plants, with information about the geographical position and the crop and all the material information. So rootstock, clone, starting here, ending here, and so on. And we have 14 unique crops on these 20,000 plants. So they make experiment on growing different kind of material, and the results are done with the sorting machine. And we collected observation, mainly disease, and the measures are so many because we collect also previous measures that they were collected in Excel file and so on, and we bring in the database, so they will not be lost. And the last number that is quite amazing is 1,000 of singular apple that we have all the information that they collect with the sorting machine, so diameter, weight, and so on. And with this result, they put together with all the other information and say, oh, this kind of clone is working really good with this rootstock, and they provide a better result than other. And these were the map before the application. It was a Excel file, and with the symbol and the number of different variety and crops and so on. And it was all done by hand. And from this, they pass to this. That is doing automatically with the QGIS. They download the data and they can have the same results. Also better because it's in the real position and not only the distance on the Excel file. But also this, they can also prepare a map like this, so with all the varieties in the farm. You can see where are the variety and how many fields do you have. And they can managing the replanting. For example, all the plants that they remove in 1 year, and when they will put again something. And graphs like this. It's quite simple. It's automatically, they just click a button and they get all the result in one zip file before they spend a lot of time making a graph every time using Excel and changing stuff. The second case study is with viticulture, and they start just the last summer. It's a little bit smaller because we have like 2 hectares only, and the number of plants is 1/3 of the before. The main problem with this project that there are bigger field with a bigger amount of plants. So the app is working a little bit slower right now, but we will work on improvement. And they use mainly to observe the flavescens doré, that is a bad disease for viticulture, because if the number of the vitis affected by this disease, you have to remove completely the field. So for the farmer, it's a big problem right now. And yeah, they can manage by the app. This is on the tablet side. They can see which are the plant already marked as diseased, so they can cut and without make a duplication or maybe some mistake, because you say, oh, the 3rd plant, and they cut the 4th one or something like that. And the application is developed by the Fondazione Edmund Mack, mainly by me, but we have some partner like VRT Foundation that provide us some fund to improve the application, and these 3 companies that helping us, especially for the mobile application side, because we are just a small group. We are thinking to the server side, but the mobile app is mainly developed by these 3 companies. I think that that's all. So if you are on Mastodon and you are interested in updates, please follow us. And if you have any question, please, I'm here.
Thank you very much, Luca. Do you have any question from the crowd?
I was wondering what kind of plants you are tracking. So just
What kind of?
plants. So because it's an orchard, so you have really every plant, but do you also support smaller crops like vegetables or something like that?
Yeah, all the crops are possible to manage. Right now we have I don't remember how many varieties on the database that can be used. We are focused on the viticulture and apple tree, mainly because my company is working on that, but the application is doable for every kind of crops. It works on a small scale and also big scale, so we don't see a big problem. We think to create an app quite a generalist, to be used from all the part of the world and from all the kind of crops. Most of the apps right now are quite specific, or some are quite specific, and this is not our idea.
Can you go back to the map? Where was that?
Which one?
Yeah, the big one. Yeah,
This one?
Is that Limburg?
No, it's a FAM.
Oh, family.
It's looking like Limburg because the idea behind Limburg and Fondazione Edmund Mack is the same.
Okay.
It was created at the same time for the same reason, and they make the same stuff in 2 different provinces. So it could look like, but it's not Limburg.
Okay.
But we are working a little bit, or we are speaking with Limburg to test it.
Cool. Us too. We'll talk.
how cooperate it with the DJI drone?
DJI
drone.
DJI draw?
Yeah, in the first picture.
Okay. No connection right now. Instead, I was asking if the model are open source because we can integrate. I didn't say, but in the app there is a small part of AI. We are able to recognize the Scaphoideo titanus, that is the vector that bring the Flavescenza doré. It's the only insect that we are able to recognize because we teach, no, it's not teach the right word, but we create a model for recognize this Scaphoideo titanus on the yellow sticky trap, that is the sticky trap that they put on the field. So using other models could be useful and could be integrated on our system.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Luca, again for your contribution.
Thank you too.
So, an applause to you again.